Natural resource include total natural environment, that is the entire surface layer of the earth. All parts of Earth's surface are of some use to man as they contribute to the production of necessities and comforts for mankind. Natural resources are of two types, inexhaustible and exhaustible. Inexhaustible resources are present in unlimited amount. For example, air, water, and solar radiation. Exhaustible resources are those that are present in limited amount. Exhaustible resources are again of two types, renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources are those that can replenish themselves by quick recycling and replacement within a reasonable time. For example, soil, forests, and wildlife. Non-renewable resources are those that cannot replenish themselves by recycling and replacement. For example, coal and petroleum.
Biosphere. Biosphere is the life-supporting system of Earth's surface extending from a few miles into the atmosphere to the deep sea vents of oceans. The physical portion of biosphere is divided into three groups. First is lithosphere, which includes the solid components of the Earth's crust. Only the outer of the Earth's crust, called soil, contains the living organisms and forms part of atmosphere. Second is hydrosphere, which includes all the aquatic components such as ponds, rivers, lakes and seas. The third portion is the atmosphere. The atmosphere is the gaseous cover around the hydrosphere and lithosphere like a blanket. Atmosphere. The gaseous envelope surrounding the Earth is called atmosphere. The layer of atmosphere near the Earth's surface is called troposphere, followed by stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and outermost exosphere. The role of atmosphere in climate control. Climate is average weather of an area. Temperature, light, and rainfall are important factors that determine the climate of an area. Few interesting facts about atmosphere in climate control are: atmosphere covering the Earth is like a blanket. The atmosphere keeps average temperature of the Earth fairly steady during the course of whole year. Atmosphere maintains the temperature on Earth required for life. Composition of air. Let us try to understand the composition of air. The major portion of the air is composed of nitrogen, followed by oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, and remaining consists of trace elements. Air and its importance. All organisms need oxygen for respiration, while carbon dioxide is used by plants during photosynthesis. Though nitrogen is not used directly, it is converted into nitrogenous compounds by microorganisms in the soil and is then used by plants for the synthesis of proteins. Wind. Air in motion is called wind. Speed of movement of air is determined by heating of air and formation of water vapor. Atmosphere can be heated from below by radiation. Some radiations are reflected back. Convection currents appear in air on being heated. When the air gets hot due to radiations emitted from the land or water, it rises. Wind occurs because of horizontal and vertical differences in atmospheric pressure. During daytime in coastal regions, air on land rises due to heating at faster rate. Air over sea moves into the space of low pressure created due to rising of air above land. This creates wind. Rain. The warm, moist and rising air cools and forms clouds in the sky. This happens due to heating of water bodies during daytime, which gets mixed with the atmosphere. As the air rises, it expands and cools. Cool air in the atmosphere sinks towards the ground. Due to cooling, water vapor present in the air takes the shape of small droplets. When a particle, like dust, acts as a nucleus, process of condensation is facilitated. Then tiny droplets become bigger and bigger due to condensation. When they become heavy, they fall down in the form of rain, snow, sleet, or hail. The trapping of sun's radiation by the Earth's atmosphere due to the increasing level of gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and water vapor in the atmosphere is called greenhouse effect. These gases are called greenhouse gases. When the sun's rays reach the Earth's surface, some of them are reflected back and the rest are absorbed by greenhouse gases, which include water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, and ozone. The absorbed energy maintains the temperature of the Earth. Increased concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere is leading to global warming, which is the increase in the average temperature of Earth. The increase in temperature is leading to melting of polar ice caps and increase in the water level in the sea. Air pollution can be reduced to a great extent by using clean fuels like CNG, compressed natural gas, and unleaded petrol. Ozone. Ozone is an important constituent of the stratosphere at altitudes between 15 and 25 km. Ozone layers consist of O3 molecules which protect us from the ultraviolet radiations coming from the sun. The chlorine atoms and other gases like NO2, CH4 form chlorofluorocarbons and attack the ozone by taking away one oxygen atom and forming chlorine monoxide. This chlorine monoxide combines with another oxygen atom to form a new oxygen molecule and a chlorine atom. The newly oxygen molecule do not block ultraviolet rays, allowing it to penetrate to the surface of the Earth. During these chemical reactions, a hole is formed, ozone layer. It is called the depletion of ozone layer. The main effects of the depletion of ozone layer in the stratosphere are increased human cataracts, skin cancer, reduction of planktons, and damage to crops and plants. Water. Oceans, rivers, streams, lakes, ponds, polar ice caps collectively form the hydrosphere. Water is an inexhaustible natural resource. Land contains 2.5% of the total water. A major part, 1.9% of total water, occurs as ice caps and glaciers. The remaining 0.6% of the total supports life. It is called fresh water. More than 90% of this fresh water is found underground as groundwater. The remaining 10% fresh water occurs as surface water, soil water, or as water vapor present in the atmosphere.
Soil. Soil is one of the most important natural resources. It forms the uppermost layer of the Earth's crust. It is a mixture of rocks, minerals, dead and decaying plants, and animals. It supports the growth of plants by holding the root firmly and supplying water and nutrients.
Components of soil. Soil is composed of 25% water, 25% air, 45% mineral particles, and 5% of organic matter. Organic matter is composed of 80% humus, 10% roots, and 10% organisms. Soil composition. Let us try to understand the composition of soil. A clean beaker is taken and placed on a table. Water is poured using a beaker. Some soil sample is taken and poured inside the beaker containing water. It is then stirred with a glass rod and is allowed to stand for a few minutes. After some time, organic matter present in the soil floats on the surface, and next is the water layer. Then is the layer of clay particles, silt, and fine sand. Gravel settles at the bottom. Soil formation. Soil is an important resource that decides the diversity of life in an area. More than 4/5 of the land is covered with soil. Soil is formed due to interaction between weathering of rocks, rain, wind, temperature with plants, animals, and microbes. But the 4 main factors that help in the formation of soil are sun, water, wind, and living organisms. During the daytime, the sun heats up rocks, because of which they expand. Again, As the rocks cool down during the night, they contract. This expansion and contraction results in the formation of cracks, and ultimately the huge rocks break up into smaller pieces. Factors responsible for soil formation. Water. Water is another main factor that helps in the formation of soil. Rainwater gets into the cracks in the rocks formed due to uneven heating by the sun. At night or during winter, this water freezes, which causes the cracks to widen. Moving water in the rivers and streams also helps in the formation of soil. Wind also carries sand from one place to another. Wind. Strong wind erodes rocks down. Living organisms. Plants, animals, fungi, bacteria, and humans affect soil formation. Animals and microorganisms mix soils to form burrows, allowing moisture and gases to escape into deeper layers. In the same way, plant roots open channel in soil. Plants with deep tap roots can penetrate much deeper to the different of the soil to bring up the nutrients.